Hello, and welcome to Rallying the Forge. I'm your host, Solymr. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rallying the Forge. I'm Solymr, and today we just have a few things to go over, catching up on current events and things that are going on within the game. So, first thing is, I'll pause here. Hopefully you can hear the new in-game music clearly there. It's much softer than it was, maybe a little too soft, people have said, but they're definitely looking for feedback on the music, so hop into the Discord and you can give the feedback there on the new in-game music. There's one of the changes that came out in a patch recently. Not much else for in the client, but we do have other announcements related to it. We'll hop over to here. So they've announced the end of Season 1. I'm not going to read the whole article through. You can always go to the website and pull that up in the news section, or there's a link in Discord, of course, where they posted that up, the announcement. But basically, it's going to end on July 21st. I don't know if that means July 20th. So everything resets. For me, it's like 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 000000 UTC. So I don't know if it's going to end on the 20th technically, which leads into the 21st, or after the end of the 21st. So that's unclear. It did start January, I think the first day was the 21st, technically. It was Monday night starting into that Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was that Tuesday into the Wednesday. I think it was the Monday, though, but I can't recall. It's been a while. So, at the time of the announcements a couple days ago, it was 33 days. So, they're giving out $100,000 worth of prizes. It's SFG. It's $100,000 of SFG, so whatever the value is going to change how much actual SFG is given out, but the value is going to be $100,000 at the time of giveaway. So every player with any amount of seasonal achievement points is eligible for a portion of these rewards. It says rewards will be allotted based on the points you've earned. Every point counts. So our assumption is it's going to be a straight percentage. You earned this percentage of the total points earned. You're going to get that percentage of SFG. That's not what they've said. That's just what I've assumed, and I think most people have assumed, is that it's a straight one for one in essence, percentage-wise. So they've said somewhere in here, I think they said there's at the bottom, there's been 11 million achievement points across the season so far. Now, of course, they've been doing a lot of marketing, trying to get people, bringing people into the game, and they've been successful with some groups of people that they've been targeting, and they've been playing a lot. So we've had 11 million points over, what's it been, 5 months or so, and we have one more month to go. So I think doubling the points is probably an extreme situation, but you never know. So I estimated basically at, I said 20 million on the high end. So if you want to calculate what you think you might get out of the SFG, you can take your points that you've earned. Like I've got 109,000 roughly, and you just divide it by the 20 million, and that gives you what your percentage is going to be, end up being. So I look at it as every, I don't remember how I did the calculation, but I was trying to calculate how much each point was basically worth at 20 million total points as far as SFG goes. So But yeah, so you have to have a Web3 wallet to collect the rewards. That goes without saying. By now, majority of people have one. There might still be some who have not and don't want to participate in that. So if you don't want to participate in that, you're not going to be able to get any of the additional SFG rewards. They're only giving SFG. They're not giving Embers or any other form of anything. Everything else comes through the seasonal reward track, which I'll pull up in the client to show where that's at, to see what there is to gain. So it says reward distribution will begin within 30 days of close of registration. Larger rewards may be streamed over the course of up to 10 months. So I'm not sure what they consider larger rewards. I think even the top person in points, I don't know how much they're gonna get, but yeah, they're still at it. Like the highest person's only at like a 3%. So I don't know if that's the high. If that's the high end, I don't really know if it's gonna be a dollar amount of a certain amount. So, but we'll figure that out as that happens. I'm sure they'll tell us what the schedule is gonna look like. If you're missing points, you got to contact support at stoneblade.com. So that's the announcement. That's all there is for that. We'll hop back to in the game. I'll show you the reward track here. And so I've obviously got a bunch. I've earned a bunch. So you get chests all the way through. And they can have gold decks, phantom decks, embers. That might be it. Oh, they have potions, all sorts of potions you can get. You can see you can earn decks through here. You get an emote. There are some phantom decks, so you can see here that clock. That means it's a phantom deck. You can get another emote. So you go through and you can see where I'm at. I'm at the higher end. I'm in the top. I'm like 13th or something overall. It'd be nice to get to the 140 mark to get a full booster. And once you start getting up here, you get full boosters, and then at 230 you max out the track. I'm not going to be able to get up there unless I spend tons and tons of embers, which I don't think the conversion for spending the embers, the returns on the rewards, it's not profitable in that manner, which is how it should be. It should not be profitable to do that. Otherwise, everyone would just spend unlimited embers because they're going to get all that back. So, I'm trying to complete out some achievements. Hopefully, I get to this 110,000 mark. I don't think I have enough achievements that I can reasonably get to the 115,000. If they fix some bugs with some achievements, I can probably get into this range. That probably closer to the 120, probably not 125. That's pretty far out. But we will have to see. So what else I've done, and this is coming in a future release of the Collection Manager. I'm hoping soon. I'm hoping before July, but that's all up to Namrog and his schedule. So I've updated my sheet for the Collection Manager, and it looks the same as it always has. I've updated some missing categories I had. So I had PvP wins under 10 minutes and 7 minutes. 1 is an achievement. That was 90 points I was missing. So none of that's changed. And then I added, there were Max level decks, each faction in Forgeborn is an achievement. Excuse me. So I've added those. So I should have all the achievements in there now properly. What I've added those at the bottom is I've added the daily event-based achievements. So currently, no one is getting points for the daily event-based achievements. I don't know if they're going to fix it. I feel like they should be able to. I made a post in Discord regarding it. The highest person I saw for points, they had like 14,000 points earned through the daily events. I'm nowhere near that amount. But that's pretty significant. That would take, if I had that many, it would take me from the 110 range to the 125 almost. So you can see it'll list. Mine's kind of short. There's other people who's going to be really long if they have a bunch. I stopped. You can see my campaign. I basically stopped earning points middle of February. I had one random Reclusa XP pop up apparently on the 9th. But I did most of my campaign farming through March. Sorry, this was May. I don't know what I said. But I did most of mine through March, and I haven't played as much of it because I finished all of them out. And it's really a grind. I've done some here and there to level up decks, and that's what I'm currently doing for leveling up decks. But I don't know if I've placed in the top 10 or not because my stuff's not showing up. So I'm losing out on potentially a bunch of points. I'm not saying like I would have had like 40 instances where I was been top 10, but I'll bet there's probably at least 10 times when I was grinding, because I was grinding pretty hard. So this shows that it has the date that you placed. So that's information for you. Again, none of this is counting. It's in the system. That's why I'm able to pull it. I've told them where it's at, how to fix it to the best of my knowledge, and hopefully they will do that. We will see. This will be a big boost in points for a lot of players. So I also have a summary down here. You can see based by the categories how I've kind of broken them out on this sheet in the collection manager. I've broken them out, how many points you've earned, the points that have been possible based on what's here, and the percentage of points you've earned. So you can see if you have 100% in any category, it'll be green for you, showing you that you basically completed that. So you can see the daily event based though by PvP XP, PvP wins, Recluse XP, Scorchworm XP. So there's been a lot lost here. And it's, for me, it's a handful of points. Maybe I get, right now I've got like 500 points here. Maybe I've gotten another 500. Or maybe I've gotten another, even 1,000. Not game breaking. There are some people though, the person I was talking about had 14,000 points in PvP XP and wins. That's significant. So I've got these totals. I have another sheet where I'm able to pull that data to see who's earned what, to see what they're missing. But you'll be able to see your points here and see what you're missing. Down here I have a total of what you would have if you had all the points. What I don't have is... So there's no way for... I suppose I could write it in the script that it would know that you would have completed, say, like these 6 achievements, because they're bugged out currently. Same for these ones right here. They're bugged out. But these, that's 750 points, and this is several thousand points that are going to need to be added to people's scores. So you're going to need to email support@stoneblade.com to get credit for these achievements that you've completed. As far as I know, all this stuff is working fine. I don't think there's any bugs there. But there is that. So this will be coming in a future. Up to this point, basically, is in the collection manager now. The bottom section, the new section, is not released yet. When the new collection manager comes out, it will be there. So hopefully that comes out soon, so you guys can pull that information and send in tickets to get credit for your points. We'll go over real quick events coming up. So we have the Bronze Crucible constructed tomorrow on the 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Wednesdays, of course, the Upside Down with Brandon. And there will be an SolForge event Friday night at its normal time. It just hasn't been posted yet. Tony is finalizing what the event is going to be. He's leaning towards potentially a silver constructed event. Of course, and then not much has been posted for July yet, but you can see the Bronze Crucible again, June 30th, and then July 7th. I'll build out the rest of those as I'm the one hosting those. So there's that. And then we will hop to Discord. So Lucas put out 11 days ago just a little bit about GenCon, and then the new Discord event server for SolForge Fusion has been opened. So there is that, and the link is there. You can join the server. That's where events will be held now instead of the old server. The old server, they did not have admin rights. The person who had the privileges to control the server lost access to the email that it was tied to or something, and so we just made a new server, and SBE has full control there, so they can do everything they need to do, have all the controls they need to manage that. That's been opened up. And in that, they also have a bugs channel with, open this back up. Okay, so the bugs screen here, you can see the ones that affect gameplay and the severity that SBE has designated it. We also have a tab here with a list that they sent out in a survey about what do people want fixed, what priority do we want. As things get fixed, we're crossing them off. You can see they're struck through. Ideally, anything that would affect gameplay would be transferred to this sheet and a severity given to it. Don't know when or if that'll happen anytime soon, but that's the hope. If we get a new list, it'll be added to this sheet as well, and it'll be maintained with the rest of the bugs. And then, like I said, the other thing that was touched on was GenCon, and it is held at the Indiana Convention Center. You can see on this map. They have these areas that are highlighted brown are all areas where stuff is happening. I don't know exactly what happens in these hotels. They just might be special, invite-only events or something. I don't really know. I only went last year for the first time. They also have stuff at Lucas Oil Stadium. Don't know if that'll be the case or not. SBE is going to be fully in the Indiana Convention Center this year. They're not going to be in the football field. Kind of disappointed because I really liked the football field. I don't know if they're going to have the football field open this year or not. Maybe they won't. I don't really know how that works each year, but SBE for gameplay is going to be in Hall A. So this is not built out yet where everything is going to be. I assume over time it's going to get that way. So they're going to be in Hall A. So if you need to know where to find the games, that's where it's going to be. And then up here where things are being sold, their booth and whatnot, they are number 2947. So they are going to be right here in this big square. It's not far from the games where games are being played, which I assume Maybe they did that. Maybe they picked that area this year because it's closer. It's easier for their staff to get to and from. It was quite a haul to go. They were in this area last year, but I just don't know exactly where. They might have been down here or something. I'm not positive. You got to go all the way over here down this hall, and then you would take this trek over to the football stadium. So quite a ways away for them to travel if they needed something from the booth or whatever it might have been. So this year it'll be much closer. I don't know if I like that it's going to be in this area. This area was packed last year. It just felt more open in the football stadium last year. Plus they had concession stands for the football field right there, so it was easy to go get food, drinks, whatever you might have needed. I liked it. I'm kind of disappointed that it's not there. I don't know how that works for the assignments, for all this stuff, how that works, but they are in Hall A this year. So that's where they'll be doing the events. Friday is Worlds, Saturday is the storyline. So you can buy those tickets on GenCon's website to join us and have some fun. The other announcement I want to touch on, go back to Discord, and that is, it hasn't been announced by SBE per se, but it has been put out by me essentially as a TO. The other TOs are also aware, of course, but for approved TOs, events that they host, players can now win SFG. If the event has 4 to 9 players, first place can win 15 SFG. 10 plus players, they can earn 25 SFG. And if we get 20 or more players, it could be higher, potentially 50 SFG. Playing that one by ear to see if we get to that point with any of the events anyhow. So the SFG rewards go to the winner. And this is for events hosted by approved TOs as determined by SBE. So if you're playing in, I know the SolForge events, Brandon's event, my event are all approved for the SFG. So if you join those and win those, you'll get some SFG. You'll again need a wallet to collect those rewards. That will be given to you by Stoneblade, not by me or any of the other TOs directly. It is coming from Stoneblade. So they're using their community fund to do that. So that's a new change. I've updated all of my event descriptions to include that so people can be aware. But on the off chance that people aren't reading them, which is likely, I wanted to make sure to put it out in at least a video to say, hey, we can start winning SFG. The TOs that run when they're running their events, they're not eligible for the rewards. So if I play in my event, I cannot win the SFG. If I win the event, the SFG will go to the second place person. So it's still going out to people who sign up, whether you're new or old. Sign up, come play, take your chances, and see if you can't collect the SFG. Otherwise, not much else going on in the world of SolForge, so to speak. We just have that update. There's been some bugs that I have not encountered myself, where you're not able to play cards. You have to close out the entire game, try to get back in your game, or you just have to skip your turns if you're playing against the computer or something. I haven't encountered them, but I understand the frustration people feel for it. So be aware of that. Report all of your bugs in game. You can hit the B button and it brings up a bug report that you can submit whether you're in a match or on any screen in the client here. So submit the bugs, post them in Discord. Hopefully they get that fixed soon, because it's really, really prevalent. It's happening a lot for some people. So that's all I've got for this episode of Railing the Forge. I appreciate you guys being here. We are going to, in a future episode here, might be my next one, you'll have to watch, I will be giving out a booster to a viewer who comments on the video. Not this video, but probably the next video. We'll be giving out a booster to one random person who comments on the video. So I'll probably have something for you guys to give feedback on directly. And yeah, so just pay attention for that. I always post my videos up on X and Discord. And of course, if you subscribe to my YouTube page, you should get notified when I put a new video up. So yeah, stay tuned for the next Railing the Forge episode. Again, I'll be giving away a booster code to one random person. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you guys around and in the game. Take care. This has been an episode of Railing the Forge. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.